I've noticed a lot of young white autistic and otherwise neurodivergent creators talking about unmasking. If I was 22 when I found out that I was autistic, I would have been way into the unmasking movement too. I would have been just like throwing some glitter on, putting on my fairy wings and going out there stimming in public and defying demands openly left and right. But because I was young and hot and white and in a big city, I would have gotten away with a lot of that. I know because I actually did a lot of that despite not knowing that what I was doing was expressing my autistic traits. I thought I was being a manic pixie dream girl. But because I was 42 when I found out I was autistic, not 22, and I have these kids, if I was letting my neurodivergent flag fly that high out in the public today with my kids, somebody might call defects on me, especially because I'm poor. And because we're unschoolers, so we're often out in the world during school hours and we want to fly under the radar. And that is just a fraction of what Black, melanated, indigenous, and other people who also are neurodivergent, what they experience when they go out into public, especially if they have other intersecting identities and disabilities. It's not necessarily safe for all people to unmask in all places. But I understand that the unmasking movement is coming from such a good place. Neurodivergent masking has been linked to burnout, mental illness, and lethal self-harm. So it's actually very detrimental to perform long-term masking. A lot of what we're looking for when we talk about unmasking is the end of denial. We need to go forth accepting that we are neurodivergent and letting go of the denial that holds us back from treating ourselves the way we would treat another neurodivergent loved one if we wanted them to have as much freedom and flow in their life as possible. So I am still masking. And I always will be because it is useful and life-saving. And I make sure that I have a healthy amount of time when I don't have to mask. I am able to mask actually less and less after age 40. I had a lot more battery for masking before I had kids, and definitely before this pandemic. To me, the movement is about embracing autistic identity and culture, not necessarily about acting autistic everywhere you go all the time. I understand that not everybody's safe to do that. When we let ourselves stem, that's not just unmasking, that's also surrendering the denial that was holding us back from stemming. When we let ourselves dress for our sensory needs, wear our headphones or earplugs, talk about accommodations with a boss at work, that is because we have accepted who we are. Our denial about our neurodivergence has ended, and therefore we're able to meet our needs better. Things like letting ourselves have a meltdown privately when we need to mean that we don't accidentally have one in public when we are not safe to do so. Learning how to take care of your neurodivergent body-mind, learning your sensory triggers and needs, learning the things that are difficult for you. For me, I really struggle with disappointment in particular, and I don't do well with transitions. So there's certain times, environments, and people that I need extra support around. Being in isolation, I haven't been alone, but I have been isolated from the general public, has really drawn my attention to my sensory needs. When I do go out, I realize how big my reaction is in the grocery store, and now I accommodate for that.